Hello.
Hello, Solomon. Hello.
Uh, j- uh, just a second, Mr. Aditya. Let me just
Sure, sure, no problem.
switch devices here.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Aditya.
Yeah. Can we start?
Yeah, sure. My voice wasn't audible, and
No problem. No problem.
let me just open up the backend here. Okay, so the credentials for the backend have been shared, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so this is your like when you log in, the first screen that you'll get is your dashboard,
Right.
where you'll get all your basic stats. The stats will be from this date to this particular date. That is, we take it for 7 days per week. If you want to see the stats for another period, you can just change the date variable and click on go here. Okay.
Sure. Right.
And this site is for the stats of today. As in, if you
Okay.
closed one case today, this increase as one.
Right.
And if you want more details, you can just click on the tile and you'll get full details as well.
Right.
To get the details of the individual case, we have something called as the token ID. So when you click on that, you will get the all the other details as well over here.
Right.
Okay. And so first I'll start with the agent creation. Okay. So once you log in, you'll have to create executives and users. So backend management, when you go to app, you'll see the list of executives that are already available on the platform.
Right.
You can manage the details for that executive, you can assign them to a branch, and you can see all the other details for the executive over here, like how many times he's viewed the app, how many cases is assigned, all those.
Right.
What is his latest location? When was he last online? What is his IMEI? What is his current battery status, and all those. Okay.
Right.
And if you want to create a new executive, you can go to add executive, where you will enter all the details and click on create executive.
Right.
Okay. And the one security feature that we have is, once an executive logs in through the credentials, when he logs in for the first time, we save the device IMEI number in our system, so that the next time when he logs in, we'll validate that IMEI number, so he can't log in from another device.
Right.
If he needs to log in from another device, we have something called as a session management here, where you'll have to stop the session for that particular executive.
The previous device.
Yeah. So it'll basically clear the IMEI number so that he can log in from another device.
So this will ensure that there's no duplicate entry of that particular executive.
This is a security feature wherein another person can't log in with
his
a different device. So it will prevent people from making duplicate or incorrect entries.
Right. So they can't use proxy, someone else to on their behalf.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So this is the agent creation. Next one is I'll show you the import. Okay. So this will be the basic import one. We according to the Excel that was given, according to the format, we have given the import columns.
Right.
So just a sec. Mr. Bhupati, let me just get the sample import file.
Sure.
Mr. Bhupati.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Can you send me the last used import file, import Excel file for Ajax1?
Okay, sir. I will share it, sir.
Mr. Aditya, we have Mr. Bhupati with us. He handles the operations at Uparkley.
Right.
The demo with the executives, when would you like it?
For the executives, probably, let me just, if you can show to me and record the session and send the session to me, I'll have it with the upper management. And then for the remaining, once we streamline whatever data is not necessary, then we can probably roll it down onto the executives.
Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. In this demo, we'll be including a share of the app as well, so that you can see the app flow.
Sure.
So that you can verify that as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got the sample import file. So this is the import format that we are currently using, which will correspond to the corresponding column numbers. For example, the first column in the Excel is the ticket number, second is the name, third is the mobile number. Similarly, the ticket number, name, mobile number, and so on. So all these
So this
details.
name that you've mentioned is the customer name.
Yeah, customer name.
Okay. Landmark. Okay. Okay.
And the questionnaire that will be displayed in the app will be set based on the column that is
So it'll
here.
go to the respective sales or service candidate.
Yeah. So
Right.
like if you import it as sales when the executive opens a case in the app, the sales questionnaire will be opening. If it is a service, only the service questionnaire will be open there.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So let me just import this file here. Okay. I'll just select the file, click on import. So the two customers in the file have been imported. Once you have imported the customers, you will have to go for assign, where you will assign the customers to an executive. Okay.
Right.
So to click on assign, you will see all the unassigned customers which are available in the platform. So you will have to pick the customers and go for assign. When you click on assign, you'll see the executives here.
No, could you go back for a second if you don't mind?
Sure.
The Excel sheet that you imported, that already had the details of the customers and the details of the engineers, correct?
Yeah. If you want to already, if you want to auto assign based on the imported value, since we have.
My doubt is, if you go to the start of this particular sheet, it has ticket number, name of the client, mobile number, alternate number, address, pin code, landmark, and engineer selection.
Yep.
And engineer selection becomes and agent ID. So if this be the case, then it automatically should assign that particular case to that respective person.
So if that is a scenario, the name of the agent should be imported here. So these two are the name of the agents. Once you have done that, you can go for auto assign by agent.
Okay.
So the two agents that were Deepak and Deepak have been assigned to this particular agent ID. So
to
if
the particular customer.
To the particular agent. So if this column is empty, then you will not be able to auto assign by agent.
Okay, so then you have to go manually assign that particular job to that particular agent, right? Okay, makes sense now. Okay.
Okay, so those executives, those cases have been assigned. You go for thing.
And Solomon, I also through that message on the group that I posted that we won't be needing so many tiles. The dashboard.
Okay, so like if you if you have any particular tiles in mind, like if you want to remove this particular tile, or if you want to show this particular data set, if you can convey it to us, then we can add or remove the tiles accordingly.
Can you scroll down, please? Because what I had mentioned was we only need. This is pending customers pending. Because the last time that I saw it, it seemed to be like there were more number of tiles, unless that you guys have trimmed it down recently.
I think we might have reduced it.
Okay, it seems like they have reduced it, because last time I recollect seeing a lot more tiles. So how will this get prioritized? It says verified HP customers.
There is actually another column called as priority assign, high priority assign. So if you do the case as a high priority assign here, select these two cases and go for a high priority assign. then you will in the app these cases will come under a special tile called as high priority.
High priority.
So those will be like when we show you the app layout after this, you'll see that all the cases and data will be in the form of tiles. So this high priority cases will be in the form of like a bright red tile showing high priority cases which need to be attended immediately.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But can this not be assigned? Can this also not be imported and auto assigned in the Excel sheet as a high priority?
We need to add that as another column. I'll talk to the team regarding that. Like you want it as in you want another column here saying priority. So
no,
since
it is since most of the columns have been mentioned, if we have a column saying whether high priority yes or no, with respect to that particular field agent, then it will be easier to make sure that it's a one-stop facility as opposed to going back and auto assigning it as a high priority.
Okay, sure. I'll talk to the team regarding that.
Right.
And I'll get back to you. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So so here we have 2 assigned tokens for today. You can see that. Other than the one that was originally there, these 2 were imported today.
Right.
And you can see the import details here.
Right.
Okay, and the case flow, the load date, and all those. So next, when the case is assigned here, the executive will get a notification in this app stating that case has been synced. Once he clicks on the notification, the app will open and he can start the processing. Mr. Bhupathi will
the job will start as open. The ticket will be raised as open once he has accepted the job, correct?
The ticket will be opened once you have assigned the executive, assigned the case to the executive. He has to process that. Once he clicks on work in progress in the app, you will get a notification saying, I mean, in this style, that particular token ID will be started as work in progress.
Right.
So all the all the cases that are currently being worked will be shown under the work in progress notifications. You can even see it here. There will be another. Yeah.
There's also there's one thing that I would need, which I don't know if you can help me with that. The thing is, suppose if I am the field engineer and the office has allocated a particular job to me, right? So if I say I'm in Mount Road and I accept the job, which means automatically the token will be registered as work in progress, correct?
Once he starts working on the case, as in when he clicks on work in progress in the app for that particular case, we'll know that he's working on that particular case here.
No, see, this is what, instead of work in progress, as opposed to when he reaches the site, what I would like is, as soon as the thing has been allocated, I would like for the person to click on accept. So therefore, I would like it to be as an open ticket. And is there a way that I can monitor his commute from the location that he has started to the location end location of the site?
You have something called as the agent report, actually. So agent report or agent tracker. Just a second. Backend management. When you click on more for the agent, you'll get where is the latest location which the agent was there for. When you click on this, you'll see in which particular location the agent is at on the map. So as the agent keeps on moving and he interacts with the app, you'll be able to, this particular data will be updated.
Is there any way that we can track the movements of the person? Is there a way that the information can be collected in the background?
The background information will be collected at each activity that is performed in the app. The like we had some issues previously wherein if the app is always on in the backend, there was some security or we had some issues there. I'll see if we can make that, but
see, there's two reasons as to why I'm asking that. One is because I would like to see if they are on track or if there's any diversion in their commute. And second is basically I want to see against the actuals from where they start till the site, because we have to pay them travel allowance.
okay.
So I would like to know that, suppose they might be closer to the site, but they actually may tell us, since it's currently we're doing it manually, I'm telling you the pain points we are facing currently. They might be closer to the site, but they would actually give a couple of kilometers away just so they can get a couple of extra bucks on the distance.
Okay. All right.
And is it also possible to incorporate the travel allowance into this particular dashboard for every?
Like, how would you like to add in the travel allowance? Like,
we have a particular formula. What we have is kilometer times 2 plus 100 rupees.
Okay. I'll make a note of this, and I'll have to ask. I think it's possible because we do have a report wherein we show on a map point to point which point the executive has traveled. So I'll see if we can calculate the distance over there from point A to point B, C, D, the total distance from case starting to closing, and I'll just confirm this flow alone from our team. Okay.
Right. Or you can take the total kilometers traveled in a day, multiplied by 2 plus 100.
Okay. All right. I'll make a note of this and I'll get back to you on this one as well.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So once the case has been assigned, it'll be obtained in the app. So Mr. Bhupati.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you share your screen and show a demo of the app procedure? Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Mr. Vijay.
Yeah.
So this is the basic login screen for the app. The executive will log in given the given username and password.
Okay.
When he clicks on login, he'll be taken into the dashboard over there. Okay. In the dashboard, let's let's just wait for the cases to get in. Yeah, so he's gotten the cases in the app. So when he clicks on the pending tile, he'll get the list of cases that have been assigned to this particular executive over here.
Okay.
Hello.
So Mr. Adya?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So when he clicks on the pending tile, he'll be able to see the list of cases that have been assigned to the executive. And when he clicks on a particular case tile, he'll be able to see the imported data as well. Okay.
Is it possible for you to click and show that to me, please?
Yeah. Mr. Uptiya. Okay.
Okay. And now he has to click in work in progress.
Work in progress. When he clicks on work in progress, this particular token ID will be shown in the dashboard as work in progress.
Right.
Okay.
And as soon as he completes the job, there was a report that I had requested for that format to be maintained.
We'll close this up and I'll show you the available reports that are shown there. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So can you close the case, Mr. Bhupi? Okay. So these are the basic questions that are available. So like we typically split the scenarios into the person available, person not available, door lock, entry restricted, if the address is long, or if no such person is found here. The questionnaire will go ahead when the person is available. So like when you click on person available,
right?
So your questionnaire will start here. A reference number, date, which is formed by the date picker. So like this goes on as a questionnaire flow based on the questionnaire they're given there.
Right.
And we have the signature section as well, where you can take in the signature.
Right.
And you need to click on save. So signature is and we have added in a photo capture section.
Right. How many photos are allowed to be taken?
A single photo for now.
I might actually need more photos.
Like if you can let us know the number of photos that you need in the system, we can change this. You can change the questionnaire report.
We would need around at least 20.
20.
Yeah.
I think 20 might be a little bit. I'll make a note of this and I'll ask the team. I think 20 is a lot because each file need to be compressed and uploaded. I'll just ask the team regarding that.
Okay, sure.
So once he's closed the case, we'll be waiting for the data to be sent. So all the answers we'll be sending first the answers, then the file. So we just wait for this sync to complete and get back here.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. We're just waiting for the image to be sent. Once all the images are sent, the case will be closed from the app over here.
Right.
Yeah. So the case has been closed from the executive side. Now we'll go back to our dashboard. Yeah. So once the case has been closed from the executive side, we will see the case in the TL pending section. Okay, so the case will be going for the team leader, and the team leader has a different login. I think we have shared that credentials as well. So let me just log in to the team leader. Okay, so the
what difference does a team leader have as opposed to a normal?
The team leader can review all the answers that were given for that particular case, and he can add in his own comments at the end of the page.
Okay.
We have the work in progress address and the verified address as well. We taken the geolocation, so we reverse like convert that into an address, and we show that here. All those are shown as well.
Okay.
So once we click on update, you'll have the team leaders' comments that can be entered here. And then you can give it as a simple status and click on update, wherein you close the case for the team leader. So this token ID is 17. When I go back to the dashboard, you'll see that just log out. Yeah, so token ID 17 comes under verified. So when you click on the case, you'll get the closed details as well. Okay.
Okay. But does the TL need to approve it for this process to be accepted, or is it not needed?
The current scenario, all the cases that have been closed from the executive has to be vetted by the TL. Like he just needs to view the answers and enter a comment. It's a single step process only from the TL's end.
Sure. Okay. Fine.
Like he can just put a standard message saying close, and submit. So that will move from TL pending to verified. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So this is the.
And is there a way for me to see all the field engineers in on the map particularly, or do I have to go individually to each one to see the location, current location?
We actually have a module there. Let me just confirm if that is available here, or I'll ask the team to enable that one. wherein
Right.
you'll be able to see the a map view with the progress of the agent as well as the locations of the agent as well. I'll ask the team to enable that. I think it's not available.
There's one thing that the format that I had shown Deepak regarding how the job certificate has to be, that has to be particularly as to the standard that I had given. The format and the layout has to be particularly in line with that sample that I had sent him, because we have a protocol where the things has to be as per that particular format.
Are you talking about the Excel report or the
No.
PDF report?
I sent him a photo.
Okay. Just a second. Just confirm. Mr. Aditya, are you referring to this one?
This is one of them. This is for the sales.
Okay.
And the other I had sent was for service.
I'll confirm with Mr. Deepak. I think it might have been passed to the development team. I'll just confirm where it is. Like, you want the Excel, you want the PDF output in this format, is it?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'll confirm that with the team.
Sure, okay.
Right.
Once that you get that particular thing, and if there's any changes post that, I will we can take it forward accordingly.
Okay, all right. And
yeah,
one more thing that I would like to show you is the we have the other features wherein client management and the branch management. So you'll have to make a note of this as well, because at the time of import, you'll be selecting the client and the branch ID. Okay.
Okay.
So like you can assign cases to different clients and different branches in, like, for example, for a client. So these are just basic data. If you don't want this, you can set the default values. For example, for branch, the created branch is BR 4 zeros followed by 1.
I'm sorry, for which one?
The branch, the default branch that you have created is Chennai. So
right,
for example, branch management, we have created a branch in Chennai. So at the time of import, you have to set this branch here.
Okay.
Okay.
So if there are any other branches, we have to make the...
Yeah, you can just add the branch name here. You get the branch ID. Just set the branch ID at the time of import.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Other than that, we have the global search, wherein you can search for the cases based on the token ID, number, mobile number, or the ticket number.
Okay.
And the other features wherein you can de-assign an assigned case by this method. You go to assign and de-assign. Like, for example, you have assigned a case to a wrong executive. You can de-assign the case here. You can just select the assigned case and click on de-assign. The case will be de-assigned and it will go into the unassigned queue. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
And this one is another password management, where you can change the password for the executives. That's one. And executives, or can change the password for the backend user as well.
Right.
Okay. And the other thing is the reports. So the master report that we have shown, you can go for the agent-wise report or the branch-wise report. You can set a starting date. You can set the questionnaire type. It will be shown as sales or service, and you can set the date here.
Right.
L date is
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the L date is the load date, as the date in which the case was imported. P date is the date in which the case was completed. And we have another thing called as an A date, wherein the date in which the case was assigned to an executive.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the three dates that we follow over here. Other than this master report, we have TAT report, wherein the cases closed by the executive within TAT and outside the TAT. We set a TAT as in from the time of assigning to closing, it should be closed within 4 hours, or else in the app itself, the case will be shown as expired. So like we just set a TAT. The stat is customizable. If you want a particular value, like if you want the TAT to be 5 hours, as in you want the case to be closed within 5 hours of assigning, just let us know and we'll change that in the app accordingly.
Sure. That I will find out on what is the mean time to respond, to accept and to respond. So therefore, we can make like a cutoff time.
Yeah, sure. And these are the other reports as well. Agent report, we'll see how many cases have been completed by the agent, and how many cases are pending with the TL, and all those. All these are your basic other reports. I'll just confirm the report. Like you said, you wanted a particular report to be shown, right?
Yes.
Like,
see, that will be in line of the flow that I had given on the Excel.
Okay, all right.
So there will be like if the call is a warranty call, or if it's a mandatory call, or if it's an AMC call. So all those will have been mentioned. That the report will have that particular flow on it.
Okay, I'll confirm the status of that report as well.
Sure.
Regarding that. Sure. So, like, do you have any other queries?
As of now, just the things that I requested as things that need to be incorporated. Okay. But otherwise, I think it's good as of now. If you can get back to me on that, then we can see how we can proceed with that further.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Sure. If you can you please send me this recording of this meeting?
Yeah, sure. I'll ask the team to send in the recording. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.